Greetings to you all, my people, and welcome to another episode of Damole News. So, there was huge celebration in Senegal yesterday as the 44-year-old Senegalese president was sworn in. So, while speaking on Channels television, Sowore did not go easy on Nigerian youth. According to him, he said, Nigerian youth doing tag along more interested in becoming special assistants to governors or senators. Alright, I'll be giving you guys the full details of this news, but please help us to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video so that YouTube and Facebook can recommend this video to other people. So before we continue into this news, I saw this other news which caught my attention. Alright, and this is actually ridiculous. Alright, so Kanu's lawyer posted this on his S handle. According to him, it's ironic to declare Biafra agitators wanted and release Boko Haram terrorists. Now that's to tell you that there is nothing equal about this country at all. Just imagine the federal government and the military putting Biafra on the wanted list. People who just want referendum, you are putting them on the wanted list, but releasing terrorists who have killed innocent people back into the community. Can you imagine that? So, the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, said it was ironic that the Nigerian government declared some people wanted for agitating for Biafra while freeing hundreds of terrorists from detention. The Nigerian Defense Headquarters had declared the head of Directorate of the State of IPOB, Chika Edozim, and 96 others wanted for various crimes including terrorism and insurgency. Also on the wanted list is the Finland-based self-acclaimed Biafra leader Simon Ekpa. Meanwhile, a federal high court sitting in Borno has ordered the immediate release of at least 313 detained suspected Boko Haram terrorists arrested by the military. The court ordered the release of the suspected terrorists for lack of evidence to jail them after investigations. Posting on X, the IPOB lawyer said it was ironic and another stark evidence of odious injustice that was responsible for the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. According to him, he said, it is an oxymoron for the army to declare someone wanted for seeking a separate state and turn around to free hundreds of terrorists all in the same week. It's another stark evidence of the odious injustice that is responsible for the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So my people, that is it. I saw this news and I decided to share it with you guys. Alright, so moving back, Sowore has faulted the attitude of young Nigerians to challenge the old guards in the country for the key political positions following the inauguration of 44-year-old Senegalese president. Sowore, the candidate of the African Action Congress in the 2019 and 2023 presidential elections, however, cautioned people not to be quick to celebrate Faye's political feats, saying time will tell if he would be a leader of the people. According to Sowore, youthfulness is not the only criterion required to lead, especially considering how some youth are failed in leadership positions in Nigeria. Faye was sworn in at the swearing-in event on Tuesday, attended by several African leaders, including President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, who was there as the chairman of the Economic Community of West Africa States in Dakar. Sowore, who featured on Tuesday edition of Channels Television Politics Today from New Jersey in the United States, said, "This was where we were coming from. We started our political movement in 2018 and people were saying you need experience. And we kept on saying experience is not going to take you anywhere because it is experienced politicians that put Nigeria in the condition that it is today. Experienced thieves, experienced murderers, killers, corrupt people. And now you have seen it in Senegal that you don't actually need experience. You need leaders that have vision, people who are motivated to lead their people." He, however, cautioned people not to be overjoyed yet, saying, "I must make a caveat here that until we see the performance of these particular persons who have taken over power in Senegal, we should not celebrate too quickly because we have had young people in Nigeria lead. The guy that just left Kogi is a very young and look at the way he left the state. This is what I have always said, that my problem is not with old age. My problem is with old ideas of African leaders. They have no new ideas. We have had some young people with very difficult old ideas, like the likes that we have had in Kogi, not just one, the senator from there, the governor there, and several other persons. So we have young people who are disgracing their youthfulness, stressing the need for political participation. The activist said Mr. Faye and his colleagues set up a political party in 2014, and when he ran for election, they were thoroughly beaten. They only had one position in the local government or so in 2014, and they kept going and came back later. Then came third, and eventually now they have won power, so political participation is necessary. Alright, so I will let you guys watch the video and I'll be right back.
But then, let's put some attention on young people in Nigeria. How are they able to organize, to mobilize? That is important. If young people are not able to organize and mobilize, if they spend most of their lives working in private sector, doing stuff for themselves and never thought about leadership, how then can this kind of vision come to pass, Sowore?
Well, that's a very important question, and this is a question I've addressed. So you must understand that Mr. Faye and his colleague set up a political party in 2014. And when they ran for election, they were thoroughly beaten. They only had one position in a local government or so in 2014. And then they kept going and came back in and then a few years later and fought, but they came third. And eventually now they've won power. So political participation is necessary. Creating political parties that are not tainted by the old is also very important. But I must insist, and I agree with you here, that just being young in numbers is not enough. You must be persons of character, you must have mission, you must have vision, and you must have will to work for the people of your country. So, and the part about experience is also very important, because you hear that from Nigerians. I know they do that for different purposes. Oh, you need experience. This guy was a tax collector. That's the best he has ever done. He's not even known to have been an activist before now. They were just, it was him and his friends in the tax sector that formed the political party. Came together and defeated the old guards. But this is not the first time in Senegal that the old guards seems to have been defeated. That's why I said earlier that we should be careful, because even the guy who was defeated, whose candidate was defeated, that's Macky Sall, was also seen as a reformer when he first came years ago. In fact, he was saying that he didn't want to spend more than 4 years in power. And then he came to power, he got used to it, and he became a terrible dictator himself. So it's very important. But when you question our young people, the question is, what are young people doing? That's the question. And young people are doing what I call tag along. They are more interested in becoming, senior special assistants to governors or senators. I have not seen that clear aspiration on the part of our young people to go and become the leaders of their country. And most of the time, it's these young people that are pulling down the few young people who are courageous enough to say it is time to turn the corner. I don't see myself as a youth anymore, but I look youthful, and I can always defend my youthfulness. But that's not the reason why I want to be president of Nigeria. It has never been the reason. It has always been that I have such a background in making sure that we fix our country, and that's what drove me into running for office first in 2018 and 2023. So this is a lesson, because our young people also have a tendency to praise other young people who are making this kind of difference in other places. But when it comes to them, there's some kind of a self-sabotage. You remember in 2018, there was this law of not too young to run. And I challenged it at that time. Why would you need a law for young people to run? You take power. Nobody will give power to you, via any constitutional amendments or laws. You take power. And now, so 4 years later, how many young people has that produced in the most important sector of the country, which is the presidency? You cannot be young, mission-driven, be visionary, and go and hide your bushel under some of these old people who have no idea how to even operate a phone. But youthfulness is also important in the sense that, you need leaders that are large, who are capable, who are able to be responsive, who don't have to spend half of the time in a hospital. I'm not saying young people don't fall sick, but especially the ones that we know who are falling apart. They are doing us no good in our country. And we saw that with Buhari and subsequently the man there now.
So my people, that is it. Please let me know your opinion in the comment section, and please help us to like and share this video so that YouTube and Facebook can recommend it to more people. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you. Amen.